HVC introduced La Rosa 520 in 2015 with just 3,000 cigars. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, hugosmokes, and today I'm going to be smoking and reviewing the HVC La Rosa 520 10-year anniversary. This cigar was introduced in 2015, and the first run consisted of only 3,000 cigars. The cigar line was introduced into the portfolio as a way to honor the company's founder's home, Rainer Lorenzo, and 520 is basically the address of his home back in Cuba. So pretty interesting facts there. The cigar makeup consists of an Ecuador Habano 92 leaf over a binder from Jalapa over fillers from 3 regions of Nicaragua: Jalapa, Esteli, and Omatepe. So pretty interesting blend there. Leather, earth, kind of fruity. I pre-cut the cigar because it was a little bit wetter at the cap, but seems like it acclimated evenly now. So let me go ahead and cut it up a little bit more. So many cuttings. Perfect. I'll go ahead and light it up and I'll be back for my introduction. Alright, there's lots of lime zest on this cigar. Super bright cedar, very woody, and already a lingering spice. Definitely some black pepper, very dark herbal notes like oregano, rosemary. Pretty punchy retrohale. 5 to 6 clicks out of 10. It's very woody on the retrohale, very cedar driven, like a dry nuttiness, and just a little bit of a lingering spice on the retrohale. That black pepper as well. Yeah, that's about it. So pretty nice bands they got here. I like them to celebrate the 10th year of this line. So let me go ahead and keep smoking the cigar down past the first third, and I will be back for my first update. Welcome back at the end of the first third, and the ash is super ugly. Ash is super wonky. Burn line super wonky, but it's still going, man. There's a hard canoe here. You can see the ash is lifted from the rest of the core, but yeah, it was kind of plugged, not burning well. So usually what I do when that happens is I'll purge it kind of slow, and then it catches combustion again. So now it's burning, so I didn't have to use the lighter. Which for me, you know, the less I have to touch it up with the lighter, the better, because usually it's the issue is like inside, you know, in the core of the ash. But anyway, I don't think I mentioned it, but this is a 5.5 by 54 robusto. Interesting enough, there was a mistake when it was first announced. I believe on half wheel it was announced as a 6 1/4 by 54, and then when it was corrected, On the wrapper itself, now it says 5 1/4 by 54. So there's 3 different sizes out there. The real size is a 5 1/2 by 54 size. So and very interesting cigar. So starting off, full flavored, very punchy in your face with that spice, right? The retro was 5 to 6 clicks out of 10, and immediately, like, maybe like 2-3 draws into the cigar, the intensity just decreased, just dropped to the floor, and it's like very mellow, mellow to medium bodied, somewhere in between, and the flavors as well, man. So the only thing remaining here on the palate is a lime zest, a bright cedar note. It's very woody still, and now it's creamy, and a new note that came in is a floral note. That's kind of like a secondary product of that cedar, so maybe like a secondary note, and it's super creamy on the palate now. As I mentioned before, the retro decreased from 5 to 6 clicks to 3 to 4, so medium minus. And then now it's still kind of woody, but now very nutty on the retrohale, and then just some that black pepper spice turning into a white pepper spice. No more herbal notes on the palate or on the retro. So it's a very approachable cigar here at the end of the first third. The only drawback on this cigar is that the spice, whatever it is, that white pepper, or maybe the black pepper from the beginning, was so intense that it's still lingering on my palate. It's a little bit off-putting for me, and then the burn line isn't sexy. So let me continue smoking the cigar down past the second third, right below this band. Might have to touch it up or purge it again, and then I'll be back for my next update. Welcome back at the end of the second third, and as you can see, the burn line's still very wonky. Ash is still very flaky, and I had to purge the cigar right before this take again, and I'm gonna touch it up. It's frustrating me now. So yeah, that's the thing about that's the thing about cigar construction, especially when there's like draw issues like this, which are caused because of the construction. It's just a big turn off to me. Yeah, there's got to be like something in there tunneling, or you can see it's burning very wonky. But anyway, second third, continuation of that nutty profile on the palate, very floral as well, and some spice consisting of generally white to black pepper. So, and it's still like kind of lingering on the palate, which is a little bit obnoxious for me. Not like super off-putting, but might be getting there at the end of the cigar. On the retro, it's very creamy and even like very buttery, so that's good. Floral, and then also black pepper spice. So the spice kick increased. Now it's like 6 to 7 clicks out of 10. So going more toward like a full kick, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this cigar strains out at the end here. So let me continue smoking it down as far as I can, and I'll be back for my final update and closing thoughts on this HVC La Rosa. Welcome back at the end of this La Rosa 520. Man, the one thing I love about this cigar is the ash standout. But again, had to purge it here at the end. Actually, I had to touch it up here at the end as well. So, I mean, the construction just, a little bit off. And I'm on the Discord with some of the guys this morning, and there's a couple guys in the group that really like this cigar, but they had the same experience, with the burn and construction. So I think it's just, that's just the way these cigars are rolled or whatever. But as far as the flavor profile here at the end, on the palate, main note is an anise spice. That's a little bit stinging on the tongue. Mixed in there is cardamom slash cherry note, and very nutty, like a walnut type of nuttiness on the palate as well. On the finish, it alternates between that spice and the nuttiness. So I like it when the finish is obviously nutty, right? That's my jam right there. And here at the end, the nuttiness is becoming a little bit more smoked, almost charred. So maybe it's the buildup on the tar or whatever on the cigar. The retro, definitely black pepper, and it increased now. It's now 7 to 8 clicks out of 10, so bordering on that full body, full strength profile. It's nutty and it's floral. So overall, I mean, I think if the cigar didn't have all these construction issues, the flavors would shine a little bit more, because I'm a strong believer that when construction's off, that really interferes with the flavor profile in the cigar. That's just my take, my opinion. The cigar's been burning for a long time now. It's been burning for 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I'm gonna take off stoppage time that I use to purge and relight. So I would say like an hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes. The price point of the cigar is about $15, and I didn't look up the box count, which I can do that real quick. I'm gonna assume that it is boxes of 20. Actually, it's a box of 10. So a box of 10, and actually there's some sites that have these for 117 a box of 10, so not bad at all. I actually thought it was more like of a $14-15 cigar, but I think at that price point is fine. I'm gonna say this cigar is definitely at least a 5-pack worthy cigar. Sample of one again, so maybe smoking it down the line, it improves. I don't think you could do much on the construction because of the way it's rolled, right? It's not like if you can change it, right? But maybe the profile will improve a little bit with some time. Who knows? And yeah, that's pretty much all I have on this La Rosa 520. If you're a person that likes this cigar, let me know why you like it. Let me know your experience. Let me know if you had those construction issues as well. And that's all I have on this review. Don't forget to sub to my channel, Smoking Society Podcast. Check out the Patreon, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.